Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over Bitcoin with you right now, and think this is going to be the sweet spot right in this area, this 28.5, 28.3 right here. I think it's going to come. This is the 4-day chart, by the way. I'm using that because you can see right down here, right along that 40 period moving average. Wick through it right all the way down there. It was a massive wick. So let's see, about 4% wick. So it could get down there quite a bit, but you see touched right there, through there. And I think this is going to be the area right in this area, guys. But it probably is going to take a little bit more time. I think in the first week of August, like maybe this area. The reason I say that, if you come to the NASDAQ mini futures, I go to a daily chart, and the NASDAQ on the daily is probably in a correction in this area. And it just so happens to end its correction, it looks like around the 7th, 8th of August, guys. Okay. So the NASDAQ is still pretty bullish. A lot more bullish than Bitcoin. And going out to February, come back over here to Bitcoin. You can see February is more than likely what it's going to be doing. Also, too, I think a lot more liquidity is going to come to Bitcoin, and definitely the Tether, guys. It looks like that, too. So what I think is going to happen is that a lot of these folks that realize that their coins are not going to pump like they thought that they would, and they're going to probably roll over. Besides XRP and XLM, a couple other stragglers are out there. Some other coins are doing well. They're just going to pump feebly and then probably roll over in the altcoin market, guys. I got to be straight. The altcoin market does not look good. But this right here, I'm very confident Bitcoin is going to go up. So you can make gains over here, guys. Maybe not as much, but if you put on some 10x leverage, you can make a significant amount of gains, because if it goes up 10%, you double it. Now the areas, that right up there is all the way up to 37,000. I'm looking at 35, 36,000, but also too, let me go to the chart. Where is my, let me go to the other chart that I have real quick, guys. I got a triangle chart. Triangle chart. Let me go to weekly on the triangle. Bastardized triangle, guys. That end of that triangle is right around that time too, guys, in that area. You can see right in the area about the same price, 28.4 or something like that. Could get down to 27.5, but I'd be pretty aggressive getting in there, guys. There's even a signal it could turn around right here. I don't think so, because if you go to the, let me go to an 8-hour chart, break this down. These are fair value gaps. It hasn't hit that gap yet. It filled that gap. You can see it filled that gap. So it has these gaps above it now, bullish gaps. But 28.7 to fill that gap, and the top of that one is 28.2. So with this move, it looks like here's a 5-wave move. Here's a feeble B wave, and then a 1, 2. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then maybe another 4 and a 5 or something like that, guys. Is probably what's going on. So it probably has a couple more 4s and 5s to do, more than likely. If you want to be aggressive, you probably, make sure you don't want to miss it. I would definitely over the next couple of days be looking at possibly placing some entries. But I'm not quite there yet. I'm going to wait a couple more days myself too, guys. So it looks pretty decent. Like I said, I think the 4-day chart, it's going to move right into that area, right on top of that, maybe have a wick down into there. You can see the Fibonacci, if I put on the regular, the 0.05, 50% tag is 28,317. 5.5 is 27.9, and the 618 is 27.5. So I would certainly have limit orders in that area, guys, and all those areas right there. Boom, 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 boom. You might even want to have some up a little bit higher at the bottom of that gap, which is 28.4, 28.5-ish, just rounded up to 28.5. Back down. Just realize if you're going to go in before this thing turns around, it could come down a little bit on you, it could come down. That's like 3%. It's like 3%, which is not that bad. if it gets down to here, this, this is going to definitely be a concern. I don't expect it to get down to 786. 786, I mean, if this is a wave two, it can do all the way that retrace, but the previous ones, this was 618, excuse me, of that leg, 618. This was 0.55 of this leg. And to see this one come all the way down to 786 would be definitely a concern, guys. I wouldn't expect to go beyond 618. I'm looking at more 50 to 55%, maybe up into 28.5, guys. So, and then get ready for that run. Now, is he going to do a straight shot up there? Good question. It could just grind. You have to be aware of that too. So, but the target's definitely going to be 32, 33.7, 34, 35-ish. And then there is a fib target right there. On this 4-day chart, it's 37,200. I don't expect it to get that high on the shot. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe 36. Let me see. What is this? Let's see, you get it right here. 36 would be about 26%. Let's see, what did it do right here? Count the whole wave. What did it do right there? That was 27%. That was 27. This was probably a lot higher, obviously. Yeah, that was a lot higher. So I think that that's a realistic target. It just might not shoot right up there, guys. So I think that's a realistic target into those areas. So I think the first week of August, maybe. So about a week from now, potentially. Maybe a little bit later, maybe a little bit sooner. Just don't know, guys. But definitely at if I see 28.5, I'm going to get ready to roll with this, in my opinion, guys. Okay, 28.5, and then 28.3, 27.9, 27.5 are definitely going to be targets for me. And then looking at the candle body right on top of there, I might look for a wick below it. Could have a wick below it. So down to those areas, and then a reversal out of there. And then you can pay attention over here to the NDQs, not the NDQs, what I keep E-mini futures. And it's looking like, cross right there about the 8th of August potentially. And then it's gonna do a feeble run for this. Looks like it's probably going to be a fifth wave of this whole third wave, possibly. But the weekly is much stronger. The weekly is much stronger for this for the NASDAQ, guys. So, and this is pretty strong too. So on the weekly chart, it's still pretty strong, guys. The weekly trend, algos haven't changed. Got a little bit of weakness, came in on this weekly one right here with that target over there. That's going all the way out to February, guys. Now here's the thing too. I want to let you guys know. A lot of these guys, and they see this thing bounce. They think there's going to be mega bounces in the altcoins, and I don't think so, guys. I think the escape to the tether dominance and Bitcoin is going on. So I've been looking at tether dominance chart, and it is definitely strange, in my opinion, probably because more people are going into this. Because you can see here, the 8th of August, you can see right there's this peak. Probably Bitcoin does a run saying this is going to go up. This could change easily at any time. But, this peak right here, that's probably a pump on Bitcoin. Maybe it does another correction. And then here's potentially a nice little run for Bitcoin all the way into October if I follow this. But I would definitely be checking like, okay, NASDAQ, looks like it's bottoming. Here's a peak. Maybe it's going to do a dump. And then Bitcoin's, over in this area, and get ready to get out of there, guys. So, like I said, this is probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. And the 5 can get pretty long. Fifth waves can get long as the third wave is not the shortest wave. So this fifth wave can get long, can sell off pretty aggressively, guys. So that's the other thing is too about the altcoins, guys. I'd be careful some of these altcoins. For those of you guys are experienced and know what you're doing, hey, make your gains and exit out. Don't just hold on to these coins for too long. I'll go into more in depth. Got my Discords coming together, guys. It's taking a little bit more time. You know, I had a lot of reflection on, do I want to do a Discord? Because it's going to be, you know, obviously I do shorts and longs, and, you know, the crypto market's not really too enthused with shorts, but as long as they see, I guess if some guys see the performance on the shorts, um, then maybe they'll come and say, hey, you know, I can't make money on longs, man. I'll make money on shorts, especially in the altcoin market, guys. I think there's going to be some really, really good opportunities on some coins. I'm looking at K-Coin after this bounce and Bitcoin gets done. So Bitcoin does a run. Let's see, it could be a feeble run. I don't know, man. A little run up into these areas, guys. And then there's still the altcoins. Some of them will be like going sideways. Some of them will be going on a run. It looks like potentially a little bit like Chili's, K-Coin could go up a little bit. Been looking at them. Kusama, you know, Kusama's another one, guys. I mean, I really think that Kusama could do a round trip back down to probably $3 to $5, maybe even $1. It's at 22.50. It's hanging on for dear life. Let me see. There's some other ones in there I was going to go over with you guys, but I'll probably go just more detail about that in the Discord when it's there. We still have time. Rune is going to be another really good short, guys. So some of these are going to be like really, really good opportunities, because I think what could happen is just looking at the USDT dominance chart and the goofiness of everything that's going on. There's going to be more of people flooding into this, and then Bitcoin and exiting those altcoins, and it could cascade some of those coins down. You know, once some of the participants realize their coin is not going to pump like they thought, it's going to start rolling over, it's going to sell, and it could cascade it down pretty good, especially at a time like this, guys, where Bitcoin potentially, it's going to take it a while. Obviously, here's a big chart. Here's a weekly chart. It's going to take it a while, you know, for the topping process to go on. Obviously, for the NASDAQ too, the topping process is going to be a little while. So once that happens, and some of the participants in those altcoins realize that they are going to actually be going down while Bitcoin could potentially still be trending up a little bit, and that could happen. They'll just exit out and go to Bitcoin. I mean, or Tether. You know, they'll go to Tether safe, or they'll go, look, Bitcoin's going up. Okay, because a lot of them are not going to just leave and go to, say, traditional finance unless they already have it all set up and everything for their accounts and stuff like that, and just let me get out of here. A lot of them will just run into the Bitcoin, guys, and it could push it up pretty good at the end. I'm thinking that could happen with Bitcoin here at the end too, guys. Maybe a little bit more of a push, higher than expected. You know, the 48,000 was definitely a target for me, but we shall see. We shall see. In the meantime, let's take it one step at a time. Get from here up to 34, 35, maybe up to 36K, guys, and then go from there. I don't see it just doing a shot straight up like that, guys. It's going to have corrections along the way. I'm kind of expecting a move like this, back down, a move back up like that, maybe another correction, even a longer correction, and then a move back up potentially like that, something like that, guys, what it's been doing all along. So that's how I'm looking at that. Like I said, the targets areas for me, I'll go over those again, is definitely going to be 28.5, 28.3, 28,000 flat, and then down to 27.5-ish. And I really don't want to see it go too much below there, guys. I'll be okay with a wick. Let me go back to the where's the do I have a 4-day chart? No, let me go to a 4-day chart. I'll be okay with a wick, a pretty good wick through this 40 period moving average. You know, let's say 27.5 to the 618. So if it's over in this area with the wick down there, kind of like this one right here, or, you know, as long as it's not a candle body close on the, probably I'd say definitely the weekly, but maybe even a daily candle body close, and just it sucks back up, and then it can start getting out of there, guys, is what I'd be checking out with it. Okay. So those are the areas I'm be looking at. Everything that I have right now, I'm focusing on Bitcoin, because I know Bitcoin has a greater probability of going up rather than some altcoins. think the altcoins is more of a crapshoot right now. Some of them, like I said, some of them are going to pump a little bit, but I don't think they're going to pump as much as people think. It's the liquidity, guys. It's lack of liquidity. I've been checking into it, doing more research into the liquidity issue that's going on in the cryptocurrency market. That's why you're going to have things like quant go sideways for quite some time. At least that's what the algos are projecting for quant. And you probably don't want to sit in this area while you watch Bitcoin go up. I wouldn't. And that's going to happen with a lot of the people that are in, let's say, I'll use an example, Render, and they're going to think, okay, here's Render coin. It could do a little pretty good pump in August, maybe even keep going here. And they're going to think, oh, yeah, I think it's going to go. I think it's going to go. I think it's going to go. And then it just goes right here and it starts rolling over. So once they notice that, then they'll come over here to Bitcoin, guys, and just say, forget it. Kind of like what I've already, suggested that I'm going to be doing, guys, where the gains are actually going to be made or going to be over here at Bitcoin. NASDAQ will probably track with the NASDAQ more or less. Not be as aggressive as the NASDAQ potentially will. I mean, as far as the aggressiveness of that trend that the NASDAQ has been on compared to Bitcoin, even though you get more gains in Bitcoin here, percentage-wise, comparatively to the NASDAQ, but there's other stocks over there that have done better than the NASDAQ, guys. I mean, Facebook, one of them by far. So that is the end of my video. Like I said, I'm going to go over some other plays that I think are going to be really, really good onto the short side of it. I didn't want it to come to this, that I thought, short season was going to be over with for the most part after this area down here. And it looks like it's going to be coming back in the altcoins, guys. But eventually, once Bitcoin tops out too, and Ethereum and stuff, I think that will definitely be a good short trade. So once if you play both sides, right? Like if you're over there in my Discord, I'll be like, you beat both sides. It's going to go up, and then you're going to be able to flip and get it back down, guys. Just like over here. I mean, think about that, right? So you're over here on the daily. This was pretty easy deal right over here, guys. If you take a look at this on Bitcoin, right? Is 200 simple moving average. It came right there, boom, tagged it, right? All you had to do is start entering in, and if it went above it, boom, boom. This was not going to go bullish. It was pretty straightforward. I think in this scenario over here with Bitcoin, let me go to a weekly. Once it's up there, let me see. Where's this 200 period moving average? Not on this weekly, is it? I probably have to go to go to the BLX. Go to the BLX. Be a little bit different on the BLX probably, or on Bitcoin here in this scenario. But just this area here, I'd be waiting for the 9, that cross right there. Probably in that area, probably have some volatility. You're gonna have volatility all through here during this time. Be sideways. This could be a thrust too, up to that 40,000 or 48. This could be a pretty good thrust. But then there'll be a volatility, and then it'll start doing its move back over there, guys. So, this is a pretty strong weekly chart. This is a weekly on the BLX, man. This is pretty, this move right here is still pretty strong right here, guys. This is saying it's thrusting all the way up in October into 40K potentially. Usually you see here that is, usually it's, at least 10% away. It's like 10% away usually. That's like 43, 42K on that one. Let me check a 10-day chart, see what it looks like. This one I can go to a 10-day chart. A little bit different there, and it goes all the way out into that's May 24. This one you have to be careful of because the numbers haven't updated yet. It's still at 30,086, and this one's at 29,073. So everything's updated on this one. Let me go to a weekly chart. Back to a weekly chart on this one. Yeah, so a grind up and maybe a shot up, and usually, you can see from the 9 period moving average when it makes a shot. So there's the 9. It's usually like, that was 13% above it. If you just go like 7, 8, 9%, you can see 10% is like right in 34, 36K for the end of the trend, guys. That's how I'm looking at that. We got those numbers. And then this to me, has a higher probability of going up than it is going to just crash from here, guys. I know there's a lot of bearishness, like you can take the weekly, go from here to here. Oh, it's bearish divergence. And that is the case. So you want to be careful. Like I said, back to the downside right here. If you see this significantly breach and start heading towards this 786, that's definitely questionable on this trend. Because if you come back over here, you check this trend. This was 618. You check this trend right here, and the correction was 0.55. Okay, here, I'll show it to you right now. Just take this trend, and you see that if I go the whole thing, I'll go the whole thing for right now. Okay, guys. So you can see 618. I'm gonna just go to the bottom of that one. You can see a 618 tag right there. Okay. Let me go to the next one, retrace on this leg. And you can see that would tag 0.55 on the nose. So I would say for this leg, if it breaks and has daily candle bodies below 618 and starts heading towards 786, then you more than likely will know that that could have been the end of the trend. So, okay, guys, I wouldn't expect it to hit this 786. Not with this back here. You know, this one right here, I would expect 786. Not this one and not this one. Is how I look at that, guys. 786 would be not good. Not good in my opinion. 786. All right, guys, that's the end of my video. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.